All right, Virgo. So, Virgo, the messages that come in for you for the month of April, Virgo, they talk about you keep trying to repeat old patterns, old behaviors, going back to old things, things that you know really didn't serve you. It didn't work for you. Um, hold on one second. There. So, what I'm trying to say is, Virgo, there's going to be an opportunity that will present itself to you in the month of April, Virgo. This opportunity is going to allow you, Virgo, it's going to allow you to make a different choice. It's going to allow you to create a different outcome. However, Virgos, you have to be wanting to do something different. You have to be really wanting the madness to stop. As we move into April, we are now at the end of March. This video is being recorded on March 30th. As my predictions come in through Spirit, for many of you, you and I both know that you're tired of the same old thing. In a moment, I'm going to use the tarot cards and I'm going to show you what you can expect. But right now in the beginning, the messages from Spirit are kind of to wake you up. Spirit is knocking and knocking, whether you're hearing it in your sleep, in your dreams, whether you're seeing the numbers from the angels, wherever you're at, whether it's on a clock, whether it's on a car, whether it's on a license plate, whether it's on a sign, whether even in the sky. Listen, Spirit has no limits on where it can send messages to you. You just have to be willing to accept the messages or to receive them. Virgo, you got half of a dozen here and half of a dozen over here. So you have 6 over here and 6 over here. You think that it's balanced out, but you're still struggling. If it was so balanced, you wouldn't be in the position that you're in right now. You wouldn't be feeling the way you feel right now. You wouldn't be doubting something. You wouldn't be questioning something or someone's behavior. And you wouldn't be second guessing your answers. Virgo, I'm going to make it clear for you. If you have to come to me and ask me, is my partner cheating? Then something has rose suspicion. Something did not sit well with you. Something has made you feel insecure. So that's a red flag, okay? Maybe it's that Virgos aren't seeing what the red flags are, or maybe they're not knowing or understanding what exactly is a red flag. A red flag can be so minute, so subtle, perhaps you wouldn't notice it. But then there's some dramatic red flags that you just choose not to see. Nobody wants to inflict pain on themselves, and I get that. Nobody wants to think about walking away from a situation. Nobody likes to think of themselves as a failure. And when you leave a relationship or you walk away or something ends, whether they end it or you do, you take on this title of a failure, and you're not a failure. Not everybody is for you. They weren't meant to be with you. You thought so. You convinced yourself. But not everybody is for you. All right? Let me shuffle these cards. Virgo, you have 5 of Cups for the month of April. It's not here yet. We are only on March 30th. You want the title to say something different on this video? Then make a different choice. Make a different choice. I didn't create that title out of the air. I created it based on the energy of Virgos. Virgos are very determined. They're very serious at times. They're very adamant. They can be very controlling. They can want their way a lot. Really want to always have your way. I get it. Virgos don't like to quit. They don't like to walk away. And they don't like to lose. But Virgos, lead that horse to water all you want. It can't make it drink. You have no control over your partner, over their choices, over their decisions. None. You have none. The only person you can control is you. The only person responsible for your happiness is you. That doesn't mean that you can't be with somebody and yes, they make you happy when you're with them. Doesn't mean that. It means you do things and you choose to do things, Virgo, that are going to make you happy. If you know going back, if you know looking at the past makes you sad, why do you keep doing that? If you know going over the same things over and over in your mind, trying to figure out what their problem was, it wasn't your issue. It was their problem. You're wasting your time. You're setting yourself up for failure. Virgo, so far for the month of April, unless you decide to make a different change, a different choice, a different decision, so that you can have a different outcome, decide to plant the seeds where you know they're going to harvest. You can't plant a seed in cement and expect a beautiful arrangement, a flower, a foliage. You can't expect it. If your soil is contaminated in where you're trying to plant that seed, it'll never grow. That toxic soil will destroy whatever it is you've planted. For some of you in the month of April, Virgos, you're already right here in March, on the 30th of March, you're already feeling quite overwhelmed. The 10 of Wands is that you have too much weight on you. You have too much pressure on you. You have too much stress on you. Love really isn't that hard. It's not. When you got the right people, the right elements, the right motivation, the right goals, all that will just blend right together. It won't hit a point where you can't get through. It won't. You won't have a block. When you're both trying to do the same thing, you're going to intertwine with one another perfectly. It doesn't mean you won't disagree on things. It doesn't mean you won't have your own opinion. But what it does mean is you're two different people, two different personalities, perhaps with two different goals for your job, for many things. But when it comes to partnership, you both have to be on the same page. You both have to be wanting a commitment. You both have to be wanting, if you're wanting children and a family, you both have to be wanting marriage. You both have to be wanting financial stability. You both have to be wanting the same things. If your partner's still wanting to check out their options and you're wanting a commitment, you see what I'm saying? It's not going to, you're going to have this. You're going to have this because you're going to keep struggling and trying to make them yours, trying to take control, trying to control them. You're never going to find you in them. They can't be you. They're not going to do things like you do. They're not going to respond the way you do. They're not going to be loyal the way you do. They're not you. They are not you. All right? For a lot of you Virgos in the month of April, you're going to have a decision to make. And it's a tough one. It's a tough one. You already know, right? I don't have to explain that to you. You already know the position you're in. You already know your situation. You already know what's going on. You're already playing tug of war with yourself. You're already trying to shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm here to help you. I'm here to show you what you didn't want to see. I'm here to take your blindfold off. This decision with the Two of Swords is also part of what's overwhelming you. It's also because you're looking at the past. You're trying to make this decision based on the past. For some of you Virgos, you need to trust your intuition. As we sit here and we look at the Chariot, you're wanting to move forward. You're wanting to go in another direction. You're wanting to make changes, but you're scared. And I get it. Virgos, everybody gets scared of change. Change is always uncomfortable. For some of you, thank you, Virgo. For some of you, you know what's ahead of you. You know what's ahead of you if you make one choice. Out of these two things, one of these decisions is going to hinder you, is going to keep you stuck, is going to hurt like hell, it's going to disappoint you again, it's going to let history repeat itself. Another option, choice, is going to give you freedom. It's going to let you love yourself again. It's going to give you self-acceptance, self-approval, validation. It's going to give you courage and strength. It's going to allow you to find the love or the lover that is meant for you. A lot of Virgos in the month of April are going to have an opportunity to revisit the past. That is where your decision will come in. Some of you have to understand that past situation already had a time and a place. Everything's given a certain opportunity, a certain amount of time to flourish, to grow, or to end. If your situation had ended, more than likely, it's because you're supposed to move on. It doesn't mean you can't keep that person as a friend. It doesn't mean that you can't keep the good memories, but you also need to make sure that you keep your boundaries in front of you so that you don't fall back on past events, past behaviors, past toxicity. Many of you Virgos are still struggling with being left out in the cold, feeling like you weren't chosen, feeling like you weren't the one, feeling like you weren't good enough, feeling ghosted. Okay. But for some of you Virgos, you know exactly who that person is and what they're about. You know exactly what they're capable of, but you know exactly what they're willing to do and what they're not willing to do. During the month of April, somebody may be hanging around. For some of you, this may fall toward the end of April. It may even go into May when this person shows up. That moment of reminiscing or seeing them again after so long may be all great and wonderful in the beginning. But as time passes through with this person who's going to keep hanging around one way or the other, in and out, not consistent, you're going to see that not much has changed. That it's quite similar to the way it was, or they're quite the same as they were before. Not a whole lot changed. For some of you, you're going to allow this to be the end of a cycle. For some of you, you're going to break these chains that are binding you right now, or holding you to this person, or keeping you trapped in that mindset that you're in. But for some of you, as you break those chains, your freedom comes. Your opportunity, the door just opens up. all of a sudden these good things start happening to you. All of a sudden you run into people, maybe new people, who want to offer you an opportunity, perhaps offer you a date, a cup of their love, some time, some friendship. You won't never know that unless you get on that horse and take that ride to see what's in front of you. You've been living in the past for so long. You've really been living in the past for so long. You're either dwelling on past hurt, you're dwelling on past arguments, you're dwelling on something that happened quite some time ago that's been over and done with. Let it go. Let it go. We are in 2022. You're not promised 2023. You're not. I'm not. You're not. You're not promised tomorrow. You're not even promised to finish out this day or this moment or this video. When God calls you, he calls you, and there's nothing you can do about that. I don't care about your age. Doesn't matter. I don't care about your ethnicity. Doesn't matter. When you were born, you got a number. When you were born, you were given a certain amount of heartbeats. And when those heartbeats are up, make better choices. Make better decisions. If you keep waiting for that person to come back, if you keep waiting for them to return, that may be the way you go out of here, is waiting. Waiting. Which means you're going to come back in your next lifetime waiting. Right now, living this life, you're planting the seeds for what you want to do in your next life. Every choice and decision that you make, every denial that you have about something, I don't have that problem. I don't do that. I'm okay. I got it under control. Do you? Do you? Virgos, don't get complacent. Don't get too comfortable in your job. Don't get too comfortable in your relationship, which means don't stop putting in the work. Don't stop showing up. Don't stop doing what you need to do to be the best Virgo that you can be. For some of you, you're wanting this happy ending so bad. You're wanting your partner, your lifelong, rest of your life, you got your best friend by your side. You're wanting that. But are the things that you're doing preparing you for that? Setting you up for that? Or are you going backwards? Or are you getting stuck again? Are you wasting your time again? Are you trying to beat a dead horse and you can't move? No matter how close you bring this coffee cup to my face, if I don't want to drink it, I'm not going to drink it. You can pour it all over me, but I'm not going to drink it. You can't make somebody love you. You can't make somebody be faithful to you. You can't make somebody treat you the way you should be treated. But what you can do is eliminate somebody. If you don't like the way you're being treated, you are the only person who has control over who talks to you that way, who treats you that way, who loves you that way, who disrespects you that way. Only you get to make that decision. Not me, not your mom, not your dad, because nobody's with you 24 hours a day but you. You get to decide. Today you're going to live right. Today you're going to treat yourself good. Today you're going to take a new step in a new direction. Today you're going to face some fears, take on a new challenge or a journey. Today you're going to shut that door on that bastard or bastardette, male or female, that person who's not serving you, the person who keeps using you, the person who wants to intimidate you. Virgo, April. Again, the title for this video. Nothing changes if nothing changes. If you keep doing the same thing over and over, you're going to get the same outcome. That is the definition of insanity. Believing that, okay, I'm going to do it again today and I'm going to make it. No. If it didn't work yesterday or the week before or the month before or the year before, if nothing changes, then nothing changes. For a lot of you, you're looking back on that situation that occurred. For some of you, it's 3 months. Some of you, it's 3 years, maybe longer. But you're looking back on it, still trying to analyze it, still trying to dissect it, still looking for the reason rather than just accept the fact they're not for you. If they were for you, they wouldn't do things that are against you. It's that simple. Pay attention to the people in your life. Start weeding out the weeds, okay? Because the weeds are strangling the good blades of grass that can't grow. The weeds are interfering and they're causing you not to have very good cognitive skills. You're not thinking well. You're not analyzing the way you should. You're accepting what you shouldn't be accepting. You've gotten yourself so conditioned to somebody's behavior, their routines, their actions, they're cheating, they're lying. You've gotten yourself so conditioned to it. And that arguing, and they love when you question them, you're feeding their ego. Well, where were you? Well, what were you doing? Well, who was you talking to? Were you at work? Were you home? When you're doing all that, you're feeding their ego. And they love that chase that you're giving them. They're not going to tell you the truth. You're going to drive yourself crazy before they go crazy. They know how to trigger you. And if you let them trigger you, you're going to react and respond the way you always did. Sometimes, Virgos, it's better to say nothing. Nothing. When somebody's telling you a story, just look at them in their eyes. Be very calm. Look at them in their eyes. As if you're saying, I know you're lying. But don't say that. For some of you Virgos, when you're arguing back and forth, if you raise your voice, it means you don't feel like you're winning the argument. It means that you're feeling insecure. You're feeling this big challenge in front of you. You're feeling like they're winning, controlling you, or they're winning the conversation or the argument. But if you talk real quiet, they're going to look at you and you're going to intimidate them because they're going to feel like you are really taking control. Did you know that's on reverse psychology? That's not psychic. That's reverse psychology. If you're arguing, somebody's yelling at you and screaming, and you go, "Oh, is that really what happened?" And you think they can't hear you because they're yelling so loud. Oh, they hear you. And then they just look at you because they know you're intimidating them now. So Virgos, during the month of April, again, this video is being created on March 30th. You want to change the title of this video? Change your behavior. Change your routine. Remember what the video says on the title. Nothing changes if nothing changes. You keep going back to the same old shit and wanting a different outcome. During the month of April, Virgo, try to do something you've never done before. Try to focus just on you. Try to love you enough to tell them, even if you don't want to say goodbye, put them on hold. You know what? I can't talk to you right now. I can't be involved with you right now. I need a break. I need to work on me. There's some things I got to do. I can't offer me to you until I take care of me, till I get me right. So figure out what it is that you need to do. Get yourself in your position. Get yourself comfortable. Get yourself to the point where you feel the balance, where justice prevails, where you win. You can win this, you can beat this, and you can fight this. No matter what it is, Virgo, you're the one who can bring change to the table. And the people that don't want to change with you for the better don't belong at your table. You get to decide in the month of April who sits at your table. So who's it going to be? Who are you going to have sit at your table in the month of April? Well, Virgo, this is your April. 2022, it was tough, it was hard, but it was truthful. For many of you, this video will hit home. For many of you, you're going to understand completely. And for many of you who aren't Virgo, but you came in on this video and you're watching it, I bet it resonates. I bet it's not a coincidence. I bet you're not here by accident. I bet something I said is what you needed to hear. I hope to see your comments so that I can see exactly who this video resonated to, what signs. Perhaps Virgo is involved with a particular sign that it also resonates with. All right, peace and love. Good job. Your Virgo moon. Love it, Cat B. All right, let's see. I'm missing some of your comments. Hey, BB. Hey, Shell Dog. Hey, Donna. Yes, very vulnerable. Very codependent. Yes. Yes. Oh, it was 333. Thank you, BB. I love it. Angels are with me all day. You moved on with a new love. He is my gentle giant. He's so precious to me. So glad I did move on. Nice job, Donna Neal. Nice job for that teddy bear. That 6'3" teddy bear. Nice job. Yeah, Virgo. That's right. You're all cupcakes. You definitely got better things to do, Donna Neal. Correct. Exactly. Listen, time waits for nobody. As I'm sitting here, that time just keeps moving, right? It ain't stopping because I'm speaking. It ain't stopping because the angels are trying to tell you something. It's not stopping. It's not going to stop for me, and it's not going to stop for you. All right? All right, y'all. We're getting there. We're getting there. Reverse psychology works, yes. Yeah, sometimes when you have somebody coming up to you, just let me tell you, it's so much fun. You really should, if you want to really like amuse yourself, read some books on reverse psychology. Because let me tell you how fun it is. When somebody comes up to you and they're mad as hell and they're acting crazy, you just let them bark and speak what they want, but you ask them, are you okay? I can't help but laugh every time I do it. Whenever somebody gets really mad at me or whatever, I let them bark for as long as they want to bark. And then I just say, are you okay? You need something? Like, they either going to snap out of it or they're going to get mad at in hell. One or the other. Hey, Skipper. Hey, Skipper. You thinking that was all signs? It was pretty much for all signs, wasn't it? But that was for Virgo. That was for my Virgos for the month of April. So, so I'll be going off of here now, coming right back on. Now, mind you, I'm trying to create a playlist. So when you go on my page, where it says home, videos, playlist, community, memberships, it says all that across the top. If you go to playlist, it's going to have, I'm trying to put this in a category with, I already did Capricorn and Taurus. They're already done. Now I have Virgo. So now the 3 earth signs are completed. So if you go to my playlist, once I close this video out, it'll be on the playlist that's open to the public it'll say April predictions. All right. I maybe should edit that and put April all signs or each sign prediction, something like that. I probably got to edit that. Thank you, Donna Neal. Thank you. So with that being said, going off of here. Hey, Yves. You called your boss and son, and it went well. He'll get back to you. Awesome. Did he say how soon he'll get back to you? Did he say in a couple days? Did he say that he was going to take care of that for you? Yves, did he say he's going to take care of that for you, hon? He said by next week that you'll have your check by next week. Is that what he said directly? You'll have your check by next week? No, Aaliyah, not yet. I'm just getting ready to do water signs. Cancer, Pisces, and then Scorpio. I'm just getting ready to come back. I want to do Cancer. Cancer is next. You're welcome. So, Yvez, hopefully you'll have your check by next week. It is more, you're so deserving of it. Yes, he did. He was very kind about it. Okay. And did he tell you the amount as well? You don't have to put that on here. But did he tell you the amount as well? Was it the amount you were expecting? Like we said? Don't put the numbers on here. I'm just asking you just yes or no. Was it what you thought it would be in the amount? Did he clarify that with you? Oh, Donna. All right. Well, we're going to see. See what comes up for them. Pay attention to their reading. Cancer's going to be first. Thank you, Shelley. Love you, Shelley. Thank you. Oh, good, Aaliyah. All right. So Cancer's first, then Pisces, then Scorpio. Okay, BB. Oh, I bet you. Lindsay, you only missed Virgo. I'm coming back on. Thank you, BB. I missed it. Love you too. I didn't even get to talk to you yesterday. BB, you got to call Mandy. Did you talk to Mandy? Did you talk to Mandy, BB? If you didn't talk to Mandy, you got to get a hold of Mandy quickly. Quickly. Yvette says, hi, Shelley. Yes, he said I deserved it. He told me the amount before the old man passed, but he didn't repeat it when we spoke. So it must be the same amount. Okay. Great. I'm praying for you, Yvette. I'm praying for you. All right. I'm closing off of this one, coming right back up with water signs, starting off with the sign of Cancer. I know, BB. But did you? Oh, well, you better keep trying to get her on Messenger. You better keep trying to get her on Messenger. Keep trying. Keep trying. Tell her I text her and say I told you to get a hold of her right away. Ask her what's going on so you know what's going on. Okay. All right, you guys. I'll be back in just 2 minutes. Come back in 2 minutes. Cancer's up first.